You say you're falling ill. Would you write about me? We've been here for quite a while, and I've been in circles in my mind. Cheers, everybody. It's like a game of seek you high, and tables keep turning all the time. Hello, everybody. I'm glad to see you all again on the other side of your screens. Another week has passed of quarantine. Hope you've all been doing all right. I hope all of you are okay. So today we're supposed to do another part of my segment on commenting on the national finals. This is the third one out of the four. And I'm actually very excited for this. So before I start, I want to know how was your week? Who's watching? I want to send a big hello to whoever's watching. And tell me more about what you've been doing, about how times have been where you are. Hello, Manuel, as always. Right on time. How are you? Como é que estás? So today is going to be a bit exciting, at least for me and Manuel, since we are both Portuguese. And today one of the festivals that we'll be commenting on is actually Festival da Canção, the Portuguese national selection. And now I'm actually going to start to listen to one of my favorites from Festival da Canção, so I'm very happy. The Lithuanian national final, the one known as Let's Try Again. Let's try again. How has your day been? How are you? In case you're wondering, I'm right now listening a little bit to Não Voltes Mais, Don't Come Back Anymore by Elisa Rodrigues, that participated at our Festival da Canção this year. And start off by saying that ever since I did the last live, I published the surprise I had going on with the contest, with the Eurovision's Timeless. I hope you've liked that idea. I tried to show a little bit more of myself, but it didn't go that well because I tried to make those videos in about 5 minutes, just not to do things in a hurry, just to try to organize everything with time and not doing it at the very last second, as I'm used to do pretty much everything in life. I'm fine, quite busy, but doing really well. Cheers to you, my friends. In case you're wondering, this is 100% orange absinthe. No, I'm just kidding. It's just a cocktail that's quite famous in parties here in Portugal. It's not really that high content in alcohol, but I like it. It tastes fruity. It's good. So I think that whenever we're ready, we'll start commenting on the national finals. Today, we're supposed to comment on Latvia's Supernova, Lithuania's Pabandom is Naujo, Moldova's Melodie Pentru, Europa, Norway's Melodie Grand Prix, Poland's, good God, Szansa na sukces, probably, and our Portuguese national selection, which I really don't know how to pronounce, Festival da Canção. Yes, we'll be commenting on Festival da Canção as well. Festival da Canção. So I think that today is going to be quite fun. There are loads of songs I want to comment on, and I want to know all of your opinions on all of them as well. So I think I pronounced that very well. I've been practicing, and I hope you can tell that I've been practicing because it isn't that easy for a Portuguese to pronounce Lithuanian. So I think it's now time to start commenting on Supernova, which was the national selection in Latvia. And this year was quite interesting. Excuse me. It was quite interesting because normally they have a big selection with loads of songs, and they pick around 24, which will go through a semi-final stage, competing in semi-finals and then going into a straight final. But this year they decided to go with 24 songs, but only 9 of them would qualify to a grand final without doing any intermediate selection. I want to know if there was any song from the semi-finals that you liked, and in the final, what were your opinions? Who should have won? What do you think about the actual winner? I have quite a strong opinion about this one, about one particular song, which I currently have as my winner. But I'll be talking about it a little bit later on, after you guys give me your opinions. I can't wait to see them. As I'll be waiting here, I'll comment on one song that I think deserves to be commented on. This one didn't pass to the finals, and I think that Ostea has quite a big idea on how to comment on it. I hope I don't mess the pronunciation because Latvian is not my strength. We're pretty much in opposite corners of Europe. Maras Zeme, the song that was about mothers, a song by Madara. Laura Risotto, nossa querida Laura Risotto. And I have to say, I liked Esamiva more than I liked this one that she sent. But still, at the same time, I don't understand how a song with such quality, such an evergreen, that from what it seemed, people in Latvia really liked her kind of music. I wasn't expecting this to stay in the semifinals as well. I think quite many entries that didn't qualify were better than finalists. Yes, this one by Madara is one of those examples, and for me, there was another one that actually is my winner, and I think I commented with Ostea on this, which is another song in Latvian. I really I love the melody of that song, and I was very sad when I saw that it didn't get the chance to compete at the final. But going to comment on the actual finalists. My favorites from the finalists were Tridymite by Edgar Skrelis, Heartbeat by Katrina Dimanta, and I'm Falling for You by Mix do Curso. Those 3 songs for me were all very good on their own ways because they're all very different. I see why people had so much appeal on I'm Falling for You. Although it could be considered as something way simple, way too simple for a contest like Eurovision, I think that it would have been a very good choice. Mixed vocals are extremely good, very powerful. He really stood out from the rest with his voice. Just want to add that I loved Marcus Riva and Liva. Oh God, I don't remember Liva's song. I actually had Marcus' song here. Impossible. That Aminata Sabadogo actually wrote that song, I think, or she wrote the lyrics. Marcus, I really hope that he one day gets the chance to compete at Eurovision, because I really think not that important to you. No, I actually feel kind of bad because I don't really remember that one, but I'll listen to it again and Latvia. But there was also some from the semifinals that really didn't catch my eye, didn't catch my attention. Wants it. I think it has been his 4th or 5th year in the running at competing at Supernova, and he never really got that lucky with his chances at competing at going into Eurovision. This song, Impossible, I was expecting a little bit more for a collaboration between Marcus and Aminata. I was expecting a little bit more, but I could see it as a finalist of Supernova. It actually quite surprised me that he didn't qualify. Ostea's winner is actually Samantha Tina with Still Breathing. I actually wrote that relating to that song. I wrote, I like it. It's far off from the genre of music that I listen to the most. But I see why people like it. I like it as well. It was nice. It was powerful. The way she sung it gave it more power. But not a personal winner, but from the 9, I think it was the one that could have given Latvia the highest chances. From the final, I think that my winner again is Stridymite, even though I much preferred his song from last year that initially was Fire and then became Cherry Absinthe. I really, really love that one. My winner overall from Supernova is a song by Ruta Kergalve with Iskaimots. I hope I didn't butcher it. I really love that song. That's another song in Latvian. The way the way it was performed in the live audition was quite simple. It didn't have that much of a composition, but it really seemed it seemed joyful and mystical at the same time. And that's something that I really liked about the melody of that song. And that's why I think that that was the one that saddened me the most, not seeing at the finals. Tridymite is my second, but I agree that last year his song was better. I'm team Cherry Absinthe. I really love that song from the first time I heard it. I really hope that, one other thing, I hope that Latvia and the Latvian people could show a little bit more appreciation to Edgars, because he's been doing very, very well in terms of music for Europeans, for the Eurovision fans. They usually stand behind his music very much. And it quite saddens me that even though he has some of the strongest entries at Supernova, he never does that well in the finals. That's something I don't understand. So I really hope that he does get another chance. He's another one that I think deserves a chance to go to Eurovision. I would really love to see both Marcus and Edgars get that opportunity. Yeah. Moving on to Lithuania, and that one, the national selection that gives me such hard trouble in pronouncing. This one sticks to its former rituals, around 40 songs with many heats, semifinals, and then a final. Normally, in Lithuania, I find that out of the many songs that they sent for that final for that national festival, only 3 or 4 of those songs actually I see as great and as great choices for a contest like Eurovision. Excuse me. But this year, I actually think that the contest got much improved. There was a lot going on with 3 or 4 of them. They were seen as the main favorites for the victory. It's not like in other years when you automatically see the competition between 1 or 2 songs, which actually got me excited for this festival. Once again, my favorite from the selection isn't one that got very far. It got eliminated in the first heats, but it was very close to qualifying. But I want to know what your opinions about the final, the finalists, the 8 finalists, or if there were other songs in the heats that should have gone more further. I know there's one of them, but this one actually isn't one of my favorites. I see how it got hyped at the time. It was I think it was one of the first songs at Pabandom Naujo as being announced for the festival. And I guess it would go very far, but it actually didn't, and that surprised me. That was a song Tavece Randu by Gabrielius. That song really wasn't for me. It wasn't for my liking. I get that he was trying to do something modern that could appeal to more people, but I really don't think that this worked out live as well. That saddened me a bit, and as expected, I think I knew that Tavece Randu would be one of your favorites. Her favorites were Make Me Human, Tavece Randu, On Fire, Dangus Mantu. I don't another one I actually don't remember. I like to find out about these because I tend to have weird tastes, and many of the songs I really tend to like aren't in the radar of the people all around when you think of a song in the national selection. But I like that. Dangus Mantu was eliminated after first heat. Probably like my favorite as well. I don't remember if it was the first heat. I think it was the second. Okay, I'll say it. My favorite was Paradas by, I think it's pronounced that way, Paradas? Paradas? I actually don't know. I think it's close to one of these two that I just pronounced. By Aika. That's it. I pronounced it perfectly. Yes. I love that song, Paradas. God, I remember the first time when I heard the songs at Lithuania this year. The song from Lithuania. it really didn't catch my attention. But now, after gaining this idea of making the lives and talking about the national finals, I tried to listen to at least the recap of the national selections, and I really loved this one. It made me think, why didn't I listen to it more before? I really love that song. It is exactly in my style, jazz, sung in Lithuanian, which I love, sung in native languages. For me, it was very, very cool. Really sad that it didn't go farther, because I know that Aika was 7th in the heat. She was very, very close at qualifying. Now there are some songs I want to talk about the when it comes to the selection. I want to talk about Eugenia's Far. That was a song that I really, really liked, but from what I saw, Eugenia declined continuing at the competition after, I think it was the first heats, or after the semifinals, because it was doing quite well and people liked that song. And I want to know, since Osteia is from Lithuania, if she has any idea on why Eugenia left the competition. She said it was overhyped. Actually, I liked it. It was quite nice. The mixing of the melodies and singing it normal, and then she had health problems. Oh God, I forgot about that. Oh God, I hope she's doing better, much better. I really hope she's doing better. So yes, that was a song that I really liked, and now that I know about that, I actually am quite sad that happened to her. I wish her all the best. Other songs that I want to talk about, and these ones aren't finalists as well, are Why. I should have pointed the artists. Why, Fully by the Backs, I think, and The Ocean by Victoria. She canceled some of her contests at that time, but later she came back to the stage, as far as I know. So it probably really was something just momentaneous and temporary, and probably she's doing a lot better now. That's good to hear. Why? That's a question that I ask. Why? Why sending a song like that to compete at Eurovision? It got quite far at the competition, but for me, it's just weird. It is completely different from anything that I ever heard as a song. But I don't really know if I like it. I have to say, I really don't know. Don't you think that Andy Vijk looks a bit like Daddy Frere? Now that you make me think of it, they actually do look a little bit alike. I never thought of that. Yeah, but they actually do. The long blonde hair. The only thing is that Daddy doesn't wear glasses, I think, and Andy does, doesn't he? I think he wears glasses, just like me. So let's say that Andy Vijk is a mix between me and Daddy Frere. Yeah, just trying to have a little bit of fun with the whole idea. Yes, that's right. About Fully, and I want to talk about this one because Fully was sung by, I hope I didn't get mistaken on the name of the group, the Vax. Uh, and the Bax is a type of group that I really tend to enjoy. Four women singing a song with powerful voices, and I really love that idea. Like it happened with the Mamas in Sweden. I really like that. For Fully, I have to say that it really isn't one of the best songs, and I was expecting much more for a group like them. Uh, Fully for me is one of those songs, those mediocre songs that I tend to listen at Lithuanian national finals. That song for me screamed Lithuania. I don't know why. I hope you don't get offended by this. But it's one of those songs that I tend to hear a lot in your national selections. They're quite good, but not as good as some others, and but that for me don't have enough quality to compete at something as big as Eurovision. But that's just my opinion. And I hope that if they make other music together, I hope that they have a career besides the Pabandom is Naujo. Uh, I hope to hear more from them, more of their music, and enjoy it more. Hopefully, The Ocean by Victoria. I actually liked it, and I know that many people were comparing because of the recent reintroduction of operatic music at Eurovision with, for example, La Forza and Zero Gravity. For me, this one was very nice. Wasn't as good as those two because I really love those two, but it was still nice, and I hope that I hope sorry, I think that had it won the selection, I think it would have gotten a chance at qualifying for the final, but I wouldn't see it going much too far from that. I could see it reaching below the top 20 at the final, I have to say. About the finalists, the final eight. Uh, there's one song that I also really like. The Ocean. Of course, it isn't anywhere close to La Forza or Zero Gravity, but still very good. That's exactly what I feel. It was a very good song. It was a very nice operatic entry. But it would be very hard to compare them in terms of quality to something like La Forza, especially because I consider it being more close to La Forza, being a true operatic ballad than just a mix of opera and pop like Zero Gravity perfectly tried to expose. The finalists. There are four songs, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are four songs that I really wanted to see win. One of them actually won, which was quite nice. I like that one. I was happy to see it win because there were a lot of people behind that song. But I have to be completely honest. I know that no Monica Maria didn't win last year, and she really deserved it with Light On. But for me, If I Leave will be another great entry for Lithuania. Uh, she really is very professional with her music. Her music is very high class. And for the second straight year, I have to say that for me, she had the best finalist song. And for the second year, I say again that I would really like to see her at Eurovision. As expected, I also really liked "Make Me Human" and "Waking from the Sun." From these two, I know that "Make Me Human" I think was the actual favorite for the win. I liked it, but I think I prefer "We Came from the Sun" because of how different it is and the drama behind the chorus. I thought the chorus was quite dramatic. Monica Maria has an incredible voice and great charisma, so I would also love to see her in Eurovision. But if I leave, what isn't strong enough for me? Yes, I also have to say that out of the four songs she has sung at Lithuanian shows, "Light On" still is by far my favorite. But all four of them were very, very, very good. That got me quite impressed because it makes me seem that Monica really doesn't fail. She is an extremely professional performer. She never fails a note. For me, I think that she really deserves to go to Eurovision and show and make Lithuania proud with her music. "Criminal's the best for me, then "Light On." Uh, Comparing, I have to say, I would have to put it "Light On," "If I Leave," "Criminal," and "The Truth." "The Truth," which was also going to be sung by another singer that I would love to see again at Eurovision. I'm a big fan of Erica Jennings. Uh, but after she gave that song to Monica, I was very impressed. It really showed that she is an extreme performer, and she does it with heart, soul, and loads of charisma. That's why I say that she deserves to go to Eurovision. So Lithuania, send Monica Maria to Eurovision. Okay. So moving on, and I'm a little bit afraid to talk about this one. Talking about Moldova, or Melodie Pentru Europa. There were 20 songs. I confess that I don't really know many of them, but I'll try to talk my best about some of them. Because from what I recently heard, I thought that this one was one of the weakest national finals. But I think it was actually one of the strongest. There were loads of songs that I actually liked. At least listening to the recaps, I liked many of them. Well, I guess we don't really start at a high note, Toste. I'm so sorry, but I'm still not a huge fan of Prison. And for me, that song shouldn't even have come close to winning. There were loads of songs there that for me were much better. One of them was "Die for You," that was considered the favorite for the win. But then Katerina only came fourth, I think. I think she only got fourth with the song "Die for You." I love that she adopted the Mexican style, the Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead. I really love that style. That was one year that my samba school went with that theme, and so it really reminded me of those times. And I really liked seeing it. It was different. It pulled up some strings from the quality of the song that it already had. The song was very good. So I think that this one for me was the one that most deserved to go to Eurovision. My actual winner, because that is not my winner, I think it is my second. My winner was "Summer of Love" by Sandra. Let me just Make sure. She was Sasha Lepi. I love that song. I don't know. I don't know why it brings back some nostalgic feels with that melody. I really like that one. I have to be honest. And she didn't do well at all. She did very badly in the national selection. I think she came last. She came joint last because there were loads of them that got 0 points. And that one quite saddened me. Yes, Ostea agrees with me that it is catchy, and I like it. Pasha Parveni, the one that competed for Moldova in 2012, competed this year with My Wine and came second. And I know that he wasn't really happy about it. Comparing it to Prison, okay, I would have preferred to see My Wine win. But still, it isn't one of my top favorites. It really doesn't come close to the two before that I talked about. But it was nice. When comparing those two, I wish I could see that one win the selection, and not like a one song. I had to say, and the jury really liked this one, and I don't understand why. I don't like this song. The use of Spanish for me is quite basic. I'm sorry to say, but I really don't get this one. Dale Dale. There are loads of people talking about this one as well. Loads of people supporting it, and I actually don't get it. I don't really see the appeal and the attraction in that song. I have to say. I have to be honest. Besides that song, one thing I have to appreciate. I know that it's Maxim. Exactly. Maxim Zavidia. He came second last year at the Moldovan national selection with I Will Not Surrender, or I Won't Surrender. I think I remember that the name of that song. And I had to say, I wasn't really a fan of that one last year. I was actually happy that Ana Odubescu had won. But this one, the one he said this year, for me was much better. And I have to say, I actually prefer this one to Prison as well. So sorry to all the people in Moldova that supported Natalia. I liked her song in 2006 when she sang at Eurovision. I liked the performance. But this one simply just wasn't for me. It wasn't for my tastes. And I'm very sorry. I hope I haven't offended anyone with this. Okay, so moving on to this one. This one was probably one of the three national finals that I followed the most. Norway with Melodi Grand Prix. There were 25 songs overall, and they did it quite differently this year. They had 5 semifinals with 3 songs each. With 4 songs each, and the 5th automatic finalist, which was actually quite interesting because it really felt like we were watching a story, and the contest really seemed long and full of surprise as always. So overall, it had 20 semifinalists, of which only 5 would go through to the final. Joining the final 5 automatic qualifiers. Now I want to side note. I want to know why the songs that were positioned as automatic qualifiers were in that place. Why were they those specific songs? That's something that got me quite interested. Even though I really like all of them, I think. Yes, I like all the automatic qualifiers. So I'll leave it. I'll leave it to the end. That was selected by a special jury. Yes, I think all of them, all of the 25, might have been selected by a special jury. But it got me interested on how they picked those 5 to be the automatic finalists. Something that got my attention. My attention, yes. Hi, Ulrike. Some semifinalists I want to point out and congratulate on being such amazing songs and me really liking them are for Ulrike. Yeah, of course. You could really tell. She's amazing. Semifinalists. A big congratulations to Elin and the Woods. I love their music, and I hope to see them come back at Melodi Grand Prix, because ever since they competed, I think it was 2 or 3 years ago, with a very nice song. This one was nice as well, but I get why it didn't qualify, because it wasn't as strong as the other. Come Alive by Germund. I really like that one. How about Mars by Jaeger? I really that one really got my attention from the start. It was one of the songs I had on repeat since the first day it got out. Pang by Hege Bjerk. I like that one as well. It grew on me, because at first I found it quite annoying, but I really like that one now. It had a quite a modern appeal, and I like how it was in Norwegian as well. Fool for Love. This one, I have to say, it was one of my favorites of the entire selection, by Kim Vigard and Maria Mon. I love that song. I know it might not be one of the best in that genre, but it really had everything that I consider to be good in a ballad. Well, it had drama, it had power, the lyrics were nice. It might seem a little bit cliche, but damn it, I love that cliche in that song. And it saddened me. I was expecting it not to qualify, but still I was happy that I got to hear it at a national selection. Yeah, and I think that's it. Now, when it comes to the finalists, for me, Norway had one of the strongest finals of the entire year. Out of the 10, I think there was just 1 or 2 of them that I really didn't like. And it's not that I really didn't like them. I have them listed below the overall quality of the songs in the national final. And those songs, for me, were, and I'm very sorry to say, I Am Gay by Lisa. Not my kind of song, I have to say. It wasn't really for the lyrics or anything. It's just that overall, as a song, it didn't appeal to me as much as the others. And the other one, and I really hope you don't kill me for this. Yes, I'm not a fan of Wild. I see how people enjoyed that song. but I think I've heard that kind of music at Eurovision so much in the past few years, and it's not that genre that I tend to enjoy the most. Uh, it was nice, okay, but from the first time I heard it at the first semifinal, I knew it was going to be that hope. For me, it was overhyped. That for me, I have to say, it was overhyped. Uh, but I know I'm in the minority, and there are loads of people that adore that song, and I'll just keep respecting that opinion that it deserved more, and uh, move on and wish all the best to Kaylee, because never minding the song, I think all artists should be respected if they sing and they do what they like. Even though we don't like the actual song, we always have to hope that if we don't like a certain song, that next time the song quality will be improved. Uh, my favorites from the final, I have to say, were let me see from the list. Over the Sea by Magnus Bokken. Bokken? Bokken? If someone from Norway watches this, please tell me if I have pronounced it right or not. This song was co-composed by Alexander Rybak, I think, and it was very nice. At first, it wasn't one of my favorites, but it grew on me, especially live at the live final. It turned out to be a song that I actually really liked and felt it was very cute and folksy in that area of music that I tend to enjoy. One of my favorites as well. Besides Over the Sea, I really liked One Last Time by Rain Alexander. Som Du Är by Akuvi. For me, amazing song. I get how people compared it to All the Fields by Renaida from Melodie Festival, and I also really like that one, I have to say. And I love how it was the only one in Norwegian, because I really love. I think it is a guilty pleasure for me is the Norwegian language. I really love it. Sondre's Take My Time. I love that genre of music. It was very funky, very old school, and I dig it. I digged it. I really did. I really like that one. And of course, Ulrike with Attention, but no comments for that. Just a gigantic kiss to Ulrike. And my actual favorite from the national selection, and some people might know that it is Pray For Me by Kristin Hussoy. How can she be 18 and sing with so much charisma? Sing such an incredible song. For me, that was so cool. One of the coolest songs from the national selection. I wouldn't say it is exactly in my genre, but in that genre, I love that one. The lyrics were clever. You could tell that it was talking about a broken relationship. I think it was a broken relationship. But for me, that song was incredible from start to finish. I loved her style. She's very beautiful. I loved her style at the live performances. I love how she wore that tuxedo. I don't think it's a tuxedo. That pair of blazer and pants. I love that idea. For me, top notch. And I've commented on this before. I was very sad when Kristin got to the super final with Ulrike, because I I had figured out pretty much instantly that Ulrike would have won, even though my hopes were built for quite some time, knowing that Christine was winning the televote. But it happens. I love Ulrike. I love attention. So I have to say now that I still was happy with that decision overall. So I don't think I have much more to say about this one from Norway. So I think we have now time to go to Poland. And I decided to include this one as well, as I did the one with Eden Alene from Israel, even though this was interesting because there were only 3 songs competing and only 3 artists overall. I'll be commenting on the actual songs and artists from the actual final, the original songs. They were Count on Me by Kasia, Lucy by Albert Cherny from Lake Malawi, and Empires by Alicia, good God. Alicia, God. Another thing, Chimplinska. Another thing that I have a hard time with is pronouncing Polish names. Okay, I'm sorry. Alicia Chimplinska. Count on Me by Kasia. Overall, I have to say, I was very, very impressed. Only 3 songs competing, and they were all incredible. They were all incredible songs. Had any of them won, I would be extremely happy overall. And I would say that Poland had done an incredible job at choosing the songs. Another time when I've commented how Alicia with her being so young and how she could really have that voice, that power, the control, the range in her voice. For me, it was absolutely incredible. The song Empires is in a genre that I tend to really, really enjoy, which is James Bond-esque music. I love that kind of music. So I was very, very happy when I heard that song for the first time. Count on Me by Kasia, it was very catchy as well. It was very, very good. You could tell out of the 3 that she was going to come third. But for me, it was still a great, great effort. And I have to put Cherny. In contrary to many people, many fans last year, I instantly loved Friend of a Friend. Ever since it came out, even before it got announced as a winner. Excuse me. So I have to say that I'm extremely surprised at how they can do even a better song than A Friend of a Friend the next year and compete with it to try out at Eurovision. I'm seriously impressed with Albert and the team. Lucy is absolutely amazing. That song. The rhythm, it really screamed something composed by them. I found it extremely original and funny how they decided to do a song as an homage to Lucy Ayoub. I love that song. And it got me really excited to hear more music from Lake Malawi, because from what it seems, I really think I'm going to like their style of music. Was they saying Kasha's song is too repetitive for me, especially when fully in English. Bilingual version was better though. I didn't hear the Polish version, the bilingual version. I only heard the English one. I have to hear the Polish one as well. I only heard the English one, but I guess I would like it if I already really love Count on Me as it is. I think I would really love the bilingual version. She hates Friend of a Friend, but Lucy is okay. So it is an improvement. Year after year, they're going to improve. Now, I think that someone there has been waiting for this moment for a little while long, precisely 56 minutes. We'll be talking about Festival da Canção. Yes, we'll be talking about our queridíssimo Festival da Canção. And I can't wait to hear Ostea's opinions on the songs that competed at our song festival. and here he comes. Here comes Manuel with his comments. And starting off with Rebellion, I think this one is going to be quite long because me and Manuel have heard these songs quite a lot and we know all of them by heart. And I think that we are ready to talk about all of them in a blink of an eye. So starting off with Rebellion by Blaster Mechanism, which was the only song in English at the competition. And it was one of the main favorites for the victory, but it didn't even pass the semifinals. I was very surprised as well, as you may think. I really liked that song. Rebellion was very nice. But I agree 100% with Manuel because the live performance for me ruined it. There was one little part of the song that I already didn't really enjoy from the studio versions, and they even get to ruin it a little bit more while performing it live, and it was the part when he said this is a rebellion. This was the only part that I really wasn't fond of the entire song. But live, I was very, very disappointed. Only by that part, because the rest for me was incredible. Rebellion is interesting, but a bit overhyped. Also, live was weak. I don't know if the live was weak. At least that part I know was weak. I think that the rest of the song was very nice. One thing that for me was unnecessary was him repeating, the vocalist repeating both times, "Are you ready to rise?" For me, that was a bit unnecessary. I think he should have done that only once, maybe in the first time, and then the second just let the music flow normally, and this was quite surprising as well. Excuse me. And so I think there were some things in that song that for me were a tad unnecessary, and had them be taken off before, I would really love that song, as I think it is deserved to be loved. Gerbera Amarela do Sul, the song by Felipe Sambado, the song, the one who sang in that black distinctive outfit. I have to say, it is one of my favorite songs. I loved the performance in the semifinal. In the final, since Philippe is known for being unique and very artistic in his style, I was expecting something completely different for the actual final, and my hopes were a little bit let down when I saw it, and when I saw the final, because it made it seem like he was doing exactly the same thing, and I wanted something different. I don't know if it's me just being picky, because I really love that song. That song had loads of potential for me. I love the lyrics. Now I love the entirety of the lyrics. But I think it was one of those that I wanted something different, like what happened with Conan last year. At least he was always delivering something different with his performances. Yeah, she says, "I'm not a fan of the outfit. The song is quite good though. I really like that song. I'm very happy that a song like that got to compete at Festival de Canção, and I wish him all the best with his career, with his career and the music." O Dia da Manhã, the song by Ian Mushnick, didn't dislike, but not my favorite one. A little bit old, but classic presentation. If you don't know, it was the one that felt the most old school. The one where the gentleman Ian was wearing a classic black tux. As an old school fan myself, I can't say I didn't like the song, but I think it was one of my least favorites, even though I like that song. And for me, overall, it was the one that had the least potential. Had it won Festival de Canção, I wouldn't see it even close to qualifying at Eurovision. It really is that old school style that a lot of people tend to consider as boring now. But still, it was nice to hear something old school like that at Festival de Canção. Mid Sentir. Okay, Mid Sentir is the actual winner, the winner song. And I think I'll be talking about this one at the end, because of everything that happened to Portugal when it comes to Eurovision, and Marta Carvalho and Elisa. Ooh, now I get to take a look and see that Mid Sentir is Ostea's favorite, which is interesting. Kopji, song by Mira. For me, one of the worst songs this year, a little bit out of tune on stage. I disagree. It is one of my favorite songs as of now. I think right now there are 3 songs of Festival da Canção that I keep listening on repeat, and one of them I'm listening to now. I'm listening to Elisa Rodrigues again. And those 3 songs were Não Voltes Mais, by Elisa Rodrigues, Kopji by Mira, and my actual favorite, which I'll be revealing later. So Kopji, first of all, love that name. I love a good gin and tonic. And the first time I heard that song, I really liked it because it had that beat that I tend to, it's not that I tend to, that I easily get enjoyed listening to. I really like the beats of the song. The song was partially composed by Isaura, the one that competed at Eurovision when it was here in Lisbon. The lyrics were quite nice, I have to say. Back then, I thought of the usage of the expression "cop de gin" to be a little bit weirdly put, but now I have to say that it has even grown more on me, and it is one of my favorites as of now. I really love that song. More. I want to know more. I want to know more of your opinions on Festival de Canção. I want to know. And I won't be talking about Mid City as of now because I want to talk about it at the end. Oh, Manuel, why did you choose me? Why did you choose this one now? Now, which actually makes sense. Agora, sung by Jazz, by Zeca and Joanna. Didn't like the song, especially the handmade megaphone. So much nerves on stage. I'll just have a little moment just to reflect. This was my favorite song from Festival de Canção. I absolutely love this song. I've been having it on repeat in my playlists. I have it as my wake up alarm. I I I just really love that song. It was amazing the way it was structured, how the main action of the song, the main moments of the song occur later. It's not that typical song of verse chorus verse chorus. I love the idea of the song. It is very very powerful. The studio version was fantastic. Live, it it really wasn't the best, and that got me very very sad because I was really expecting something out of the box, something new, something professional, and that would really work out on that stage. The handmade megaphone, for me, it also didn't work. He should have done it. They should have done it in a different fashion, maybe including the echo to the microphone, doing something different with the cameras mixing along, making it a little bit of a trip effect. I think that would have worked out a little bit better because the song really deserved it. They deserved it. Joanna was a little bit nervous at the beginning, but I think she's a very good singer. She's a great singer overall. I heard her sing other stuff, and I really liked it. So I get why probably the nerves affected the performance and the voices. So again, all the best to Zeca and Joanna and Rui, the composer of the song. Amazing, amazing song. Thank you for including a song like this at Festival de Canção. It made me very very happy. Movimento. If you didn't get it yet, movimento means movement. Yes, it's as clear as that. Song by Throws and the Shine, one of the most interesting band names. I really liked it, and I know that a lot of people like that song as well. It really begged for movement. It begged for people to have their own mini parties and dance around to that song and really dig the groove that song had. So I was happy to see how it did well. It was a very very good entry, and I can't wait to hear more of their music. I've been following them on Instagram, and I can't wait to hear more of their music. They are really unique in their style. Excuse me. Passepartout. Very beautiful song and presentation with a French style. Well done. Passepartout was, as of now, my second favorite from the final, because my favorite was Elisa Rodrigues, but we'll talk about it later on because it got last and I was kind of pissed about it. Passepartout, I love that song by Barbara Tinoco, composed by Tiago Nacarato. It really surprised me listening to a French-styled song at a Portuguese singing competition for Eurovision. The lyrics are excellent. The story is very, very well done with the lyrics of the song. Very, very well composed. The staging was interesting. I liked it. Barbara is a spectacular singer. She has a very unique style of singing and voice. She really fit the song to the T. That was, for me, an incredible performance. And actually now I'm going to start to listen to Agora by Jazz again. So Passepartout, I would have liked to see it have won Festival da Canção, and I was quite pissed that our juries really placed it very down. It got 5th or 6th in the final with the juries, and it won the televote, which quite pissed me out because it really was a song with a lot of potential, and out of the 8, I think it was a song that could have given us the best Eurovision result. That's what I have to say about Passepartout. All the best. They're amazing. Let's see here. Okay, I think. Okay, now that we're talking about Passepartout, I think this is the best part for me to talk about Mid Sentir as well, the actual winner, because it pissed me out. It made me a little bit mad that Passepartout didn't win, but I actually wasn't really mad as well with Elisa's victory, because I really like Mid Sentir as well. It is very beautiful, very nice ballad, very nice song with very good lyrics. Very nice and simple composition. Nothing could have gone wrong with that. But one thing I knew that had this song have gone through to Eurovision and had the contest had not been cancelled, they would have to work on it, especially the staging, because I think it deserves more. That song for me deserves more. A staging that highlights Elisa and Marta even more, a different outfit, the composition probably a little bit stronger, probably. Don't know. I don't know if I'm making any sense with what I'm saying. But now that we figured out that Elisa and Marta will probably not come back for Eurovision 2021, that actually makes me quite sad, because I would like, even if Portugal does the festival, which is I think confirmed that they'll be doing Festival da Canção. I would really like to see Marta and Elisa again as finalists. Both of them, Marta composing a song again for Elisa, being another ballad, different, just to see how it would have fared with the rest. Dói-me o país. Manuel says, got the message about our society and nice staging. I like that song. Okay, I was just trying not to confuse the names of the artists. Luís Caracol and Gus Liberdade. I liked it as well, and I like it more now than I liked it before. I also have to be clear on that. It is very nice. One could figure out that it wasn't a song that would really do well at the festival, but it is a song that I really like, really enjoy, and that it has some appeal. I have to say, with a nice message. I have to agree with Manuel on this. For me, it was nice. Let me see what do we have left. We have Cubismo Enviesado, Quero Te Abraçar. Não voltes mais. Yeah, it was a nice song. Mais Real que o Amor, vai Tomás Luzia. Ok, Quero Te Abraçar, vai Cláudio Franco. The studio version, I found he has some pronunciation problems, so I decided to give it a second chance. But on stage, he was completely out of tune. I just want to say this in a way that I won't offend. I wish Claudio the best in music. I wish that he finds his identity in music, because for me this song just didn't work at all. The live performance wasn't there. For me, this was my least favorite out of all of them. And it made me quite sad that this one was the one that was selected through the masterclass of a local radio station that we usually do in Festival da Canção. There's always one song that is selected by Antena 3. I think it is Antena 3, the radio station. And this one, for me, this year, it didn't really work. But Claudio seems to be very nice, a nice gentleman. So I hope that he really discovers who he really is in music and tries to. Now I want to hear more. Diz só, Cadi, I forgot. I for a moment forgot when I was trying to list the songs that we had left. Cadi with Diz só, brutal, amazing. I have to say, Cadi is a great performer. She really shows the African soul in her. She's originally from Cape Verde, I think. Amazing song, one of the best stagings. Great message of empowerment that song had. It was very, very nice, and I was happy to see it go far in the competition. I really was happy. It really seems that Cadi has a true artist's soul. Very nice. She's very friendly. And I wish to her all the best as well, because she deserves it. She really is very, very nice. Let's see who's next. I think this one is going to be the only one where this happens, where we'll list all the songs that participated at the festival, and I'll comment on each one of them, and I hope you also understand it, because it is indeed special. It is indeed different. It is my country, and as a Eurovision fan, as it happened, for example, in the past 2 years when the songs of Festival da Canção came out. I spent many weeks pretty much always listening to them, trying to think which ones I like more, just to try to get an idea of what could be chosen for us to represent Portugal at Eurovision. And so I hope you understand that this case is an exception of the rest. Cegueira by Dúbio mais 351, Dúbio plus 351. Plus 351, if you don't know, is the indicative when you put on your phone numbers and before you put the indication of the country where you're from. Plus 351 is the indication for Portugal. Cegueira, nice song, although the girl's voice was too low, but improved at the end. Cegueira was a song that was highly appreciated by the European fans. And actually, I have to say that for me, this was probably the highest surprise, seeing it not qualify. I was more surprised than Rebellion, because at least for them, I knew that their performance wasn't the best. But Cegueira was very nice. It was very nicely performed. The staging was nice. I can't say it was the best, but it was very nicely done. They tried to convey what was in the message of the song, and I think they did it very well. So it quite saddened me that that song wasn't selected for the final, because the song is experimental. This one was the one that was selected by the overall audience, because there was always one song that gets chosen openly through public sending. And this one was very nicely picked, I have to say. A very nice song. Experimental, modern, but it still had some hints of alternative rock, I think I can say, which made the song quite original. Dúbio featuring 351 is probably my second. Yeah, there are a lot of people that agreed with you on stay on that. That was very nice. For me, I wouldn't say it was in my top 5, but since I like all the songs and I really love some of them, this one I actually really liked, so I have it high in my top. Não Voltes Mais by Elisa Rodrigues. Nice song. It reminded me of Anda Estragar Meus Planos and took me to Africa. Anda Estragar Meus Planos was a song that was presented by Joana Barrabás 2 years ago, in 2018. And it was a song that got very highly placed with the juries. And then it was covered. I think we can call it by that those terms. It was adapted by Salvador Sobral. Such a different and particular song from Festival da Canção, and trying to make his own version of it. It was very nice. Não Voltes Mais is my favorite from the finalists of Festival da Canção. When I heard it at the second semi-final, there was only one song I really wanted to see going through. Okay, no, I'm not explaining well. There was, out of the 8, there was one song that I really wanted to see going through, and that was Não Voltes Mais, because I knew that not a lot of people were behind that song, and I really loved it. I love the style. I love the bossa nova style. I love that Elisa is a jazz singer. She is an amazing jazz singer. For me, she had the best voice of the entire competition. She has a voice to die for. Those high notes were marvelous, were perfect at the live final. I have to say that the way she included that part in the way she included those notes in the parts that needed that higher strength for me was absolutely amazing. Um, and I really was sad. I was expecting, but I was sad when I saw that song and Elisa Rodriguez coming last in the final. She deserved more. I love Elisa. She's very very sweet as well. I really hope to see her again at Festival da Canção in some years. I really hope to see her again, and I really hope I can see her in a live concert. I would love to see her performing live. Really, really. She is really that good. So once again, as you can see, my weird tastes come through again with Coptegin, Mira, Coptegin, Agora, and No Voltes Mais being my favorites from the festival, and all of them not doing that well with the results. Cubismo enviesado, like the studio version, but on stage was too much Lady Gaga. I get what you're trying to say. Cubismo enviesado was performed by Judas and composed by Hélio Moraes. When I heard it live, it's that song that has that Veja ou não sung probably 1 million times. I like that song. Excuse me. I like how different, and I like the way they made a song so electronically. It had an electronic slash modern slash poppy feel to the song, and I liked it. But it eventually got repetitive for me, and it wasn't my thing live. I get why it could get appeal, but the live performance was just not one of my favorites. Kudos for the choreography, I have to say, but the outfit for me wasn't really my thing. I really didn't enjoy Judas' outfit. So overall, great song, not one of the best live performances overall. Ooh, so Cubismo Enviesado is your last. Way too repetitive. Oh, wow. I don't think I was expecting that. I was expecting you not to. I was expecting you probably to not have it. I was expecting you not to have it very high, but not having it at your last places. I have to say. Another song that grew on me. Okay, I have to include this one as well to the list of songs that I listen to the most right now from Festival da Canção. There are actually four. They're Coptegin, Não Voltes Mais, Agora, and Abençoado. Not a huge fan of rap, I have to say. Not a huge fan of rap and hip-hop. But this song for me, Abençoado by Jimmy P, it is probably the song that grew on me the most throughout the competition. For me, the song is absolutely amazing. The lyrics are incredible. The idea of the hip hop rhythm with gospel was incredible. The choir, I think the choir only added to the song. The song was already very nice, but having that gospel, the choir, those nice angelical voices behind was absolutely exceptional. Very, very good. and the way he finishes the song with Abençoado, that almost always gives me goosebumps. That final part for me pretty much always gives me goosebumps. I love that. I love the song. I love the final part of the song. I love everything in the song, in the performance. Amazing. Much respect to Jimmy P and the gospel choir. They are absolutely amazing. Yes, this is so amazing. Somehow emotional. Yes, agree. My second. I don't know if no, it isn't my second because my two favorites were No Volts Mais and Agora, but this is very close. And that is said. Ditto. Now I think we don't have that many left. Yes, Mais Real que o Amor. And I don't know if this is the last one. Now there was supposed to be something here saying Rodrigo.exe not working. Mais Real que o Amor, very beautiful song, nice staging, the voice of an adult singer on a 17-year-old kid. It is the last one, thank you, Manuel, because I think he had them all listed for me to comment on. Tomás Luzia, muito respeito, alguma admiração. I have to admire such a young singer doing so well at a contest as big as Festival da Canção. I have to say, not the best song. For me, he deserved a better song for me. But it was nice. It was nice to hear a song like that in the final. I knew that he was going to get high on the televote because he has loads of fans. But still, I wasn't mad about it. It was nice. It is a nice song, and it grew on me. Just not one of my favorites overall. And I think that Tomas is going to have try to find his identity in music. That's just an opinion, because I think he deserves to go far in music. He really does have a great voice. But the song wasn't really the best fit for him, I have to say. And so with this, it is done for today. We've commented on all the six, I think there's six, the six national finals that we're supposed to comment on. Next week, yes, it's going to be next week, probably on Wednesday. I'll be commenting on the last six national finals, and I'll put on the comments below. I want to know what you guys want me to do for lives. I want to know some ideas for lives. What do you guys want me to talk about? I want to know more about that. So next week, the final part of these lives will be about Romania, San Marino, Serbia, Slovenia, Sweden, and Ukraine. So I think this one's going to be fun. There are some songs so far, even before preparing, I want to talk about those ones. And we'll wait for Wednesday to take a little closer look on those songs and those national finals. And I really hope to see you guys there again, and see you guys supporting me as you always do. You guys are too sweet. So again, I hope this week has been good for you. I hope everything has gone well. I hope you guys are doing well with everything that's going on with the darn virus. Keep protecting yourselves. I won't prohibit you from leaving home, because I'm not like that. And if you really need to leave home, you should. And this for me is just another one of those ways for me to pass the time talking about something I really, really love, which is Eurovision and national selections and Festival de Canção overall. This is something that I really love talking about, and I don't think that where I'm from, there are many people to whom I can really speak this much about, except Manuel. Manuel is always in conversations with me around the festival, which makes it much more interesting for me, knowing that I can talk about these things with another person. And I really do have much fun. Osea says this was even the best one. I think this is the one I've been acting the craziest. I don't know why. And I had so much fun. And that's the most important thing. I really want to have fun with all of you. I hope that more people get to see this in the future. I hope that more people get to watch my lives and watch Eurovision channels, watch fans doing Eurovision related videos. For example, Ostea has a great channel as well. She does great rankings of Eurovision national finals and Eurovision contests. She's been doing it for quite some years as well. So this is just a little another part of us and our lives, and so I hope you guys respect it as well. We're just trying to share our thoughts, not trying to offend, but trying to respectfully share our opinions and our tastes with all of you. And I hope you guys have fun doing it as well with me. So next Wednesday, I'll be back. Join the contest that has been published on my channel, because it's going to be fun. You guys, I think you're going to like it. It's going to be different. It's going to go all around the Eurovision, the 65 years of Eurovision. And once again, have fun. Have a great weekend. And thank you so much again for watching. Bye-bye.